solitary confinement for 20 fucking years. Judge sentenced me to fucking life. Why? Because I killed a man. Armed robbery in the 1970s. I was a young teenager. We robbed a security guard for the bank's takings. And it all went fucking wrong. It didn't plan out the way I imagined it. And now I've been spending the past 20 years in prison. Most of it in solitary confinement. Now you listen to me, you little fucking criminalisation fucking road man. Is that road man as in bin man? This is my fucking home. Do you understand? This is my pen. And I ain't gonna be leaving anytime fucking soon. So when you're in my home, my space, then it's my fucking rules. Now all you teenagers, volatile hotheads, you come in here and do exactly what we did when we first arrived in the 1970s. We bragged about what we did to make ourselves look fucking hard. We used to go around saying, yeah, we've shot up a man, we killed a man, don't mess with us. But that was 20 years ago. And I've been repenting for the past 15 years. I'm not proud of what I did. I devastated a family's life by killing their loved one. And every day I pray to God for forgiveness. You young'uns don't understand. You'll be leaving soon. What, in another 3 months, 6 months you'll be gone. Back out in the streets, freedom. And some of you are going to end up back here in my home. So I want to give you some advice. You can all turn around and say, let's gang up on the old man. Let's kill him. But all the CCTV in prison, you'll get caught. And one of you will go down for a murder charge inside prison. So what could have just been 6 months for you could end up 20 years. So who's got more to lose, me or you? Because I could kill any single one of you. Makes no fucking difference to me. Because I'm not fucking going anywhere. This is my home till the day that I die. So who's got more to lose, me or you? Now in prison, I've seen all sorts of gangs here. You got the triad, the Muslim gangs, you got the Christian gangs. Me personally, I believe in fucking evolution. I believe in science. We all vote for monkeys. And not just chimpanzees and gorillas in Africa. The rhesus monkeys, the orangutans in Asia. The spider monkeys in South America. Gibbons. Baboons. I believe the human race evolved from genomes, DNA and genetics and organisms of fucking monkeys. We're all a bunch of fucking monkeys, Len. I'm gonna keep it short and simple. I can cut you, Len. And I can cut you and get away with it. Do you know why, Len? Screws love me, Len. Because I don't cause them any trouble, any hassle. In fact, I have a nice conversation with them throughout the day. It wasn't like that at the beginning though. In the beginning I was just like you. Fighting the screws. constantly getting into fucking punch-ups. But then God came to me, lad. And I had to repent, lad. And I've been repenting for 15 years, every day, asking God for forgiveness for murdering a family man. Someone who's just going to work, protecting the money, and we ended his life. Shot him with a shotgun. And I've been repenting 15 years. Now when I see you lot, you all talk this fucking grime slang, romance, copying America. This is fucking Europe, lad, Great Britain. We don't do things the way they fucking do things over there in fucking America. We do things differently around here. And you're copying the way the pricks over there handle disputing beef, and you're imitating that over here. No one's not saying you don't have similar situations growing up in a council estate, poverty, racist policing, brutality. No one's saying you're not going through that. But we don't just handle it the way they handle it over there. We don't do that over here. Now, all I'm gonna say is, when you're with your friends and you wanna do your grime rap battles, go for it in your own fucking cells. But every fucking corner of the fucking prison, I have to put up and hear that fucking bullshit way of fucking talking. Speak Cockney, lad. When you're with your friends, if you want to speak that grime slang, go for it. But when you're at home with your nan, you speak Cockney. When you speak to your grandma, do you understand that? Yeah. So to all the mothers out there in the free world, if you think your son or daughter is at risk of killing someone, destroying someone's life because they're too violent and too dangerous, send them to Uncle Gov in prison. Send them to my block and I'll fucking sort them out. It won't be no fucking holiday camp in here, I tell you that now. Because your mum and dad, they will prioritise other people's children, their safety and well-being, before the time they have with their own children, if they think their children's gonna end up killing someone. And when you're in here, this is what I'm gonna say to you. Be still and know that I am the Lord. That's why it says in the Bible, sit still, lad. You need to be content with sitting still and not feeling restless, not feeling agitated, not feeling like you have to fucking do something. And don't always feel like you have to fucking speak. Sit in silence. Now whatever you're in here for, petty shit, when you get released in 3-6 months, this is what you gotta do. Now you've had time in isolation, institutionalized prison mind. Get a job. Whether it's to start out street sweeping, you be like, nah, I'm not just cleaning the streets, I'm not a bin man. We're a fucking road man. And on the road man's pick up the fucking rubbish. Now no one's saying that's gonna be your lifelong career. That's just to get some money. And look for another job whilst you're working that job. Because when you go for an interview and say, I'm currently working here, this is how I work part of a team, this is how we complete tasks, it looks good to the potential employer who will employ you more knowing that you're currently working. So just straight clean the fucking streets, lad. And now this is what you need to do. You need to save 5% for deposit on a house. Now if you want to get a 350 grand house, if you go to the bank and say, here's 5%, they'll give you 95%. So if you want a 350 grand house, you put 20 grand, 30 grand deposit, 5 grand deposit on the table, they'll give you the rest of the money. That's how you get your old day out in the fucking council estate, lad. Now I was saying you can't go to Ibiza or go on fucking holiday here and there and go club once every month. But it takes discipline, man. Stop wasting that fucking money. and start saving for a deposit on a house. Now when you get that 5%, you go to the bank and say, here's my wage slips for the past 6 months. I can afford to pay monthly payments to pay back this mortgage. Take out a mortgage lend. That's what you got to do. And when you get that, so for example, I want a 350 grand house. I gave him 18 grand. And they gave me 320 grand in my bank account. Because I'm going to pay it back in installments. That's what your priority is, Len. That's what you need to focus on when you get out here. There's so many ex-cons that started working when they're 40 and 50 with tattoos on their arms driving buses. But if you say to them, would you have done this earlier? Yes. If I had my priorities straight, I would have done this as soon as I left fucking high school. But I got in with the wrong crowd, in and out of prison for most of my fucking teenage and early 20s. Don't go through that fucking cycle. Now I'm giving you this advice, son. It's because I'm not leaving here. This is my home now. You grew up without a dad. Well, I'm your dad now. Son, behave.